Hey, welcome. I am currently preparing the live stream to also stream onto Facebook. Lovely. It is. Yay, live on Facebook. Wonderful. So now I'm going to close that tab so that I don't have that open anymore. So welcome to the Aligning to High Ticket Heart-Centered Sales Masterclass. I am super, super, super excited to be back in Masterclass energy. I felt like there was like so many things that I desired to share, so I felt called to like structuring it into a masterclass. I'm also going to tune into the energy of everyone who's watching live with us and also on the replay. So hi to all the humans on the replay to support you with both the healing energy that'll be supportive and also any and all other like conscious pieces or structures or homework pieces that could support you as well. So if you're joining, I would love to hear something that you're grateful for today, really like bringing us into our hearts, feeling into the energy of gratitude to like raise our frequency. And you could say multiple things in the comments or the chat that you're grateful for, or you could think about them, whatever you're feeling aligned with. I am so grateful to be back in Masterclass energy. It's been a while since I've done a Masterclass, so I'm excited. And this is going to be out for a limited time. So I'm excited for the humans that watch it before it goes away. Um, hmm. So yeah, it feels really good to like ground in together, to do a pleasure first around opening to more abundance, more cash flow, more pleasure in your business, more ease. So if you're in a space where you're able to, I invite you to close your eyes. If you're not right now, you can just like mentally make a note you're going to come back and do this later. So you can close your eyes. Take some really deep, deep, deep cleansing breaths. And beginning to scan your body from the top of your head and slowly, slowly, slowly moving down. And simply noticing how your body is doing in this present moment. And you can tune into the things that feel a little bit stuck or tight. If you want to relax your jaw or yawn or bring breath into a certain area of your body that feels tight, you can do that. We're simply giving you the space and the time to connect inward to yourself. To listen to all the things that your body is communicating with you. And you can notice the places and spaces that feel really good in your body already. So your heart might already feel really yummy and amazing, or there could be other spots in your body that are like, oh, this feels so good to tune into. So you can check both the things that feel quote unquote bad and good in your body right now. And once you've done that and you feel complete with your scan, you can move to an area of your body that's going to be a quick win for bringing in more pleasure. So it could be going to a space that feels tight and massaging it or stretching it. It could be just going right straight to a place in your body that feels like it needs some extra love or breath or touch or tapping. Just breathing into that, feeling into it, finding what feels best for your body. You're listening into your body's wisdom as you're guided to what touch feels good, Stretch what movement feels good. Deepening that connection with your body's knowledge, your body's wisdom, your body's truth. Mm. And then you can move to another space in your body that you can make a quick win of increasing the pleasure there, increasing the resource. So it could be going to a place that already feels pretty good and allowing it to feel great. Mm. And you can use sound and vibration. You can use your breath, the healing energies you already know, allowing your body to be resourced in the way that it desires to be resourced. Mm. And when that feels complete for you, you can shift into opening up your chest area. So, intentionally putting your hands on your chakra or on your chest, sending love and supportive energy there first. You might witness some bright white light there. Begin to bring deeper breath into your chest. Mm. It feels like there's some heaviness or density there. You could also bring some tapping into your chest, some sounding, shaking it off. Letting go of anything that feels stuck or stagnant in your chest area. Mm. And different things will feel good for different people's bodies, will feel more supportive for someone's body than another human's. So you get to just play with what feels good. You could drag your fingers from the center of your chest outwards. You can play with the speed of that to find a more pleasurable, yummy way to support your body and your chest area and opening up some more. You could also bring your shoulders up towards your ears, back and down. And this all gets to be an invitation. It's all playful of discovering what feels good for your energy, what feels really good in your body. Hmm. And you can also open your arms really wide, allowing your chest to expand. And you can ask yourself, how can this be even more integrated with my breath to support your movements the most with the breath? Hmm. And just intentionally opening up some space in your heart center, opening up your capacity to receive more love, more abundance, more of what your heart has been desiring. Mm. You can continue to move energy around your chest, energy out of your chest, opening up your chest, or you could put your hands grounded on your chest, whatever feels best. You can keep playing to feel into what feels best in this present moment. And I invite you to close your eyes and feel into the desired amount of cash flow you would love to receive in your business. And you can also feel into multiple numbers if you desire to stair step more. You could feel into the stair steps of your business, providing you with full-time income. What that would feel like in your heart to receive that deep desire. Then double that amount or triple it. Feeling into the next stages of cash flow you desire to receive. And in your mind's eye, you can envision a funnel from your heart center up through your chakras, out through the crown of your head, up into the universe, up into oneness energy, source energy, your higher powers energy. And you can envision that this column is whatever color feels best for you. For some people, that's bright white light, pearly, iridescent light, green, center light. Whatever feels best for you to ground this in and envision that this channel is opening so you can receive more and more and more of your heart's desires. More and more and you desire to receive more clients, more impact in the world, more time freedom, more self-care, more financial freedom, more financial security, more capacity, more bandwidth, the ability to be a steward of wealth, to give more generously to the projects, charities, and initiatives that your heart desires to serve and support. Feeling into all of these and envisioning that this column of light is getting bigger and bigger and bigger to allow more and more and more of your desires into your life. Now and in the short, medium, and long term. And breathing into the gratitude of receiving all of this. Allowing yourself to feel the emotions of receiving more and more and more of your heart's desires. The gratitude or celebration, the relief, the excitement, the joy, bliss, the happiness. Feeling into all of those emotions, amplifying them in your body, magnifying them even more. Breathing them in so deeply into your heart. Really allowing yourself to feel this, to ground it into your heart center. You could also ground it into your root, to your sacral, to anywhere else that you're guided to ground this into your body, knowing that you can come back to it at any point in time. Mm. And then when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Ah. Mm. And if you feel called to share how that felt for you, I would love to hear. You can put it in the chat or the comments or any way that you feel called to. And you can also do this for homework. You can come back to this channel of light at any point in time to open to receive more of what you desire. Because sometimes people will get in the want energy, and want energetically has that lack in it of like, I want it because I don't have it. So it can be supportive to like shift that energy, like, my heart desires it. I'm opening up to receive. And feeling how amazing it will feel when it's here, embodying the emotions of how fucking awesome it'll be when it's here. And then you can move from your unique inspired action step if there's anything to actually quote unquote do around it, of posting a call to action or getting on a sales call with someone. Like if there feels like there's a next best step that you can do that's from your heart that feels like soul aligned, then you get to move in that unique, inspired action step to support yourself and bring it into your life. And I want to like jump right into the content. And I know that there's some people who have signed up and also want to share it with friends who are new to me and my world. So, hello, I am Laura McPhee. I'm a speaker, healer, and coach, and I absolutely love and adore helping other heart centered healers, entrepreneurs, service providers, coaches, practitioners to increase their income and impact in the world and do it with more pleasure and do it from a space of overflow and getting themselves to the space of overflow so that it feels so good to give back to the world, to the charities that they love to support, that they get to really be in congruence with their soul's purpose here, whether that's them getting into their full-time status in their business or going from full-time in their business to six figures or multiple six figures or wherever they're desiring to shift and move to next. I also helped a lot of clients shift into their ideal homes or ideal like new places to live in the world. So there's so many ways that like overflow, the abundance, that energetic can come through. And I've been doing this full time since 2017, and it makes my heart so, so, so happy to support other heart-centered humans in having their dream life. And for people who are more in the leisure space, I also love supporting female leaders and expanding their capacity to receive more in the bedroom, have multiple orgasms and multiple six figures, like flowing into those types of spaces and places too. So I have so many different tools and modalities that support me and that I love to share all those tools in the toolbox with my clients. So I'm a theta healing practitioner, I'm a master Reiki practitioner. So we get to like clear out all that stuff in your body and the limiting belief systems that are stored in your subconscious mind. I'm also a Tony Robbins Master University grad. I'm an accelerated evolution practitioner, an erotic blueprint coach. I'm also a lead coach in that world. So I have a lot of the like structures, the conscious pieces, the masculine and the feminine to flow and harmonize to support me and my clients in really having the divine harmony of our business working with us and our life working with our business, and it all just like flowing really well and amazingly together. And I come from the corporate accounting world. So I am an accountant. I have my bachelor of business administration. So I also have all the creative woo-woo flow, crystal, spiritual things, and the grounded human, like I went to business school. I know how to do the things that bring in cash flow and look at financial statements. And I've made so many different templates over the years to support my clients in looking at their finances with more pleasure, with having money dates with their money so that they can improve the experience of actually working with So there's so many ways that I love to support my humans, and I have years and years and years and years and years of experience and expertise in doing it. So we're going to go through some different structural pieces that'll support you, some healing energy that will ground this in, and then I'm going to share some potential next steps towards the end of how you can continue in my world if that feels in alignment. So right off the bat, it felt supportive to show the benefit and ease of selling higher ticket packages. Whether your like high ticket package right now is $1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, like that you get to see with your eyes how easeful it can be just choosing to do more higher ticket things and to have that funnel in your business working first so that you can then overflow into other things. If you want to overflow into group or workshops, or you want to overflow into free work or pro bono work or discounted work with scholarships, or if you just want to like give back to your community, like it really helps to have this solid cash flow positive channel in your business working of higher ticket sales, of selling packages, so that you can then be well taken care of. You're not like, am I going to have enough money for my bills and rent and food this month? Like you're grounded and stable in that column in your business, and then you can overflow into the others. And what I've seen some people do in the past is do it from the other side of doing things for very, very low cost, very, very low investment. And they're kind of struggling as a person in their business, and then they get more and more people who like want things for free or like come at them with money objections, and it's so much more easeful to be supported by the people that you're an energetic match with for the higher ticket things that they desire to invest in themselves at this level, and then you get to overflow into the other humans at the more aligned options and offers. So I'm going to share my screen to show a quick 1-year template. You are sharing your screen. Awesome. So in this one, you can see how you can make 6 figures, so 100K as the goal. And this one in particular shows a downsell offer for 1,500. So if you're on a sales call with someone and they don't want to do your lowest high ticket offer of $4,000 and the 7,000 or the 10K one is in alignment for them, then you could downsell into, cool, let's do a package of this amount of things. It won't have maybe all the other bells and whistles of WhatsApp support or email support or a digital recording or multiple digital library things. It could just be like, cool, we could also just do X amount of sessions and you can sell that. So the beauty of the spreadsheet is that my clients get to play with the number of humans up and down this to be like, okay, how many humans would I want to serve at these rates? And then it auto calculates how much they would receive from that offer. So in this example, there's a downsell. They start selling higher ticket. So $7,000, for example, having 2 people in for that, 2 people in at 10K, and then like stair stepping their rates up from 1,111 to 12K to 13K to almost 15K. And they sell like one and then raise the rate, sell one, raise them, sell one, raise them. And I did them. So I've done the stair step of sell one, raise my rate, sell one, raise my rate, increase my conviction, and I got to the place where I was like having no objections. So I'm like, okay, no objections. I can raise my rate again because that can be really supportive. So in this example, you could literally have 11 private clients in a year and make 89K, which is really fucking awesome. And then if you desire to do some more group or course programs, you can do that, seeing that you can make 8K from that. You do some really low end workshops, you could do 1,500. That would get you your annual total of 100K. Yay! You could also do that in just privates and be like, do you know what? I'm going to do free masterclasses because free masterclasses, you can sell higher ticket off the back end. You might not want to do any group at all and just like focus on that private higher ticket funnel being created. And for this one, it has a variety of different rates, and you can literally make 6 figures in private clients. And then I have some other ones where it's just like you get to play with different examples and you can see like, okay, if you want 17 private clients, that's what that looks like. If you want to do 200K, you want to get to multiple six figures this year, then you could be like, okay, I'm going to have 1,111 offer about 6K, 10K, and 15K, and literally feel into what would that be like if you do some group courses so that you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to get people in a free masterclass. This could be your strategy, for example. People come to the free masterclasses, free workshops that I'm offering, and then on the back end, the people who are aligned to the next step along their journey is a group program or a course. So then you can have group programs for $697 or $997 or 2,222, and they could get to know you more in here, and then they could become private clients. So you can also have that kind of flow in it. So literally, regardless of what you're desiring to do as your income goal, you can play with, okay, what are my investment levels? What packages am I selling? What group things could then be a part of that strategy to get you to your goals? So I really wanted to like show these examples and even seed some examples. If you're like, I'm not even full time in my business, how would that even be possible? Like, seed some of these things of like, you could make 300K in a year having 17 private clients. Like, you can choose to offer the like soul line things to the people who are an energetic match to it, to the people in the audience that would be a fuck yes to these offers. And I've sold at 20K, I've sold at 30K, I've sold at a variety of different things. I've also bought at those levels and higher. So there are humans who exist who are an energetic match to those like soul aligned offerings. So I'm also going to do a little piece later on of connecting to those and what that could look like as you like structure the offer. And because some downloads are already coming through, do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to align to your unique energetic matches for your soul line clients, for your soul line offers, that you know what it looks like and feels like to create those, to co-create those, to be in a more aligned space around that, and that you know that you're worthy and deserving, that it's safe in time, and that you're able to ground into what those offers are, the more nitty-gritty details around that, and that you can also bring some more like playful energy into it so that it's not so serious and so strict, that as you're allowing yourself to open and expand into new rates, new income levels, new offers, new packages, that you can allow yourself to be more creative with them so that it will bring in the people who are those energetic matches to that exact offer. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you want to know that it's time, safe, and that you're able to feel into those, to quote unquote be more playful with those, that you know what that'll look like and feel like through your higher power, that you're worthy and deserving of receiving those higher rates in your business as well, and that you know that you can do so without something bad happening, without the other shoe dropping, without you being persecuted for it, that you can like clear, release, and let go of any and all fearful junk and negative energy or self-doubt around that, or imposter syndrome. And if you'd like to clear those, you can say yes. And if that feels like extra heavy for you, you can like do some tapping on your chest, shake that off. Hmm. So the next thing that's feeling really supportive to tune into is some muscle testing around what rates you're aligned to receive right now and which ones you're not. And in the past, I've done ceiling things to be like, okay, what's the most amount of income in total that you've earned? Or what's the most amount of money that you've received? Because some people have received like lump sums from inheritance, or I got like 40K from scholarships when I was like 18. Like there's different things that can come in for people of like, I have the capacity to receive this money, or people have like gotten lottery things where it's like, I have the capacity to receive this amount of income or this amount of money in a lump sum. And they have specific stuff that comes up around the rates. So if you want the like glass ceiling thing, I can totally direct you to those resources if you want to send me a PM after this. And we're going to do a glass ceiling on your rates. So the most amount of money that you feel aligned and ready to receive with your rates. And we're not doing it just from like a, oh my God, it would feel so great to have a 10K package. We're going to muscle test it to find out what your current subconscious thinks about it. Because you could consciously, with the 5 to 10% of your conscious mind, think that a certain dollar amount would be awesome to receive. And if your subconscious is like, we can't fucking receive that, that's where a problem is. So I love muscle testing because sometimes like half the solution is clearly knowing the problem. So that can be great to do even on your own for the rest of your life, like muscle testing your rates to see if your subconscious will let you receive that, because your subconscious is like 90 to 95% of it. So that's kind of important that on board. So if you haven't muscle tested before, you can do it standing. A lot of people know the standing one already, but I love to do your finger because you don't have to like get up from your chair and do it every time. So you could put your thumb and finger together as if you have a dollar bill there. So it's not like, oh, I love ripping, I'm never letting this dollar bill go. It's just like holding the dollar bill. So if there's a little bit of wind, it would stay in your hand, making that little connection with your thumb and your index finger. And then you can use your other fingers as like the pliers to like apply them above. So I can muscle test my name. My name is Laura. Pull, and it stays connected. That's a yes. So you can test with your name, and then I can test something that's not my name. My name is Jack, and it opens and it breaks because it's a lie. It's untrue. My muscles are actually getting a little bit weaker when I say an untrue statement, when it's not in alignment with my subconscious. So it opens and breaks. So open is a no, staying strong is a yes. So you can muscle test. It's safe for me to receive $1,000. It's safe for me to receive $5,000. It's safe for me to receive $4,000. If 5,000 opened, you can go down. You can play up and down that spectrum. So you could have a $10,000 package. It's safe for me to receive $10,000. Like feeling into those numbers until you get one. And again, we're just doing this for information. We're not going to freak out. Be like, oh my God, that's why it hasn't been working. It's like, yay, we found the muscle testing thing. Like we found the block, we found the glass ceiling on your rates in particular. So then we can do some clearing on it. And I'm going to do clearing energy with it to support you. So you can keep testing out numbers. Say for me to receive 100Ks. Say for me to receive 500K. Say for me to like test numbers, like go high, go low, go up and down, feel into ones that feel like that might be sticky. Or if you're already filled up in your privates and you're doing more group, you can focus it on like, it's safe for me to receive $5,000 from a group offer. Like you can feel into those different pieces. And then whether you got to your specific number or not, we're kind of still in a range of like, okay, it's not $1 million, but it's not 100K. Like we can play with that. And you can just clear off the stuff that's already coming up. So do you want to clear, release, and let go of any junk, negative energy, negative emotion, frequencies and thought forms, glass ceilings, and caps that you have around the specific packages, programs, rates, or offers that you have in your business for your private, group, or workshop clients? And if you'd like to clear that, you can say yes. And these are just theta healing downloads. All you need to do to receive them is say yes. So if it doesn't feel in alignment, just don't say anything. And it's really that simple. I'm moving us into your theta brainwave so we can get to that root of that belief system, clear it from that root. So anything else that has stemmed out and off from that, we're clearing all of that out so that it's really supportive for you and your energy. So do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power, be that God, creator, source energy, the universe, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, to allow yourself to double the rates that it's safe for you to receive, to allow yourself to increase it exponentially if that feels safe and grounded for the nervous system, that you could 10x it, 20x it, that you can choose to expand it exponentially if that feels time and aligned and grounded for your human, and that you can also allow whatever amplification, whatever multiplication of that number that does feel in alignment and in harmony for your body. So if doubling it feels good, or 1.5ing it, whatever feels most aligned for your best step, your best next step in your nervous system, you can receive that through your head. So if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all old soul contracts, vows, blood oaths, curses that we can cut any and all cords, contracts, bonds, oaths, blood oaths, and commitments that were holding you back completely on all levels. That we can also release any and all past life, stuck energy, trauma, or ancestral junk around rates, around receiving, around all of that too. That we can send unconditional love and healing energy back through your ancestral line and also forward through any and all future generations that you touch, that you move through, that you affect. And if you would like that, you can say yes. Okay. Expanding the number makes me want to throw up. So good awareness, sending your body so, so, so much love. Ah. So if you have that part showing up or any other parts that are just like, oh, and massively increasing the number or increasing it even a little bit, let's go to that part in your body. So we're going to do some body clearance next. So you can tune into where that lives in your body. And if it lives in multiple areas, you can go to the most prominent area that you're feeling this old energy that doesn't serve you, that doesn't support you. So it makes you want to throw up. It could be something going on in your stomach. So you can put your awareness there. For a lot of people in my world, they have throat chakra stuff around that. So like I'm feeling even into like some throat chakra stuff about like speaking a higher rate, actually saying that number out loud to a human. So whether it's in your throat, whether it's in your stomach, whether it's in a whole other area of your body, this is going to be a group clearing. So you get to focus on wherever that lives in your body. And we're going to clear it out forever. So I'm taking some deep breaths, tuning into where that energy lives in your body. Noticing what color that old energy is. Noticing what emotion is attached to that old energy. And what body sensation that old energy has. And if you could touch that energy, what's the temperature of it? And what's the texture of it? We're going to simply move that old energy outside of your body so that it no longer has any connection to you. And put it a couple feet out in front of you and fill up that space. You used to live in your whole body with bright white light, unconditional love from your higher power. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And we're also going to clear out any and all similar frequency energies, cutting all those cords and attachments as well. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And we can fill up those areas with bright white light and unconditional love as well. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Oh, taking some really deep breaths here. So you can tune into that old energy again and just ask it a question, simply allowing the first thought, first feeling to come through. You ask it, What were you trying to teach me? And I'm seeing the comments of like, it doesn't actually feel safe to release it to the outside. So, yeah, if it's just still inside your body, we're just going to teach it, treat it as a part of yourself, and still ask it the question, what are you trying to teach me? Whatever comes through, you can thank that part of you for sharing. And then do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power? Learn that lesson with more ease, more pleasure, more grace, more love, more support. That you also know what it looks like and feels like to mark this lesson as complete. That you can allow yourself to choose to learn your lessons with more ease, speed, grace, joy, and love, and support in the future. That you know that you're worthy and deserving of this. You're worthy of more resource, more support in your inner and outer circles, and that you know what it looks like and feels like to embody this version of yourself that can receive in this way and that can be supported and that can learn your lessons easier and easier and easier. And that you can clear, release, and let go of any and all harm, toxic energy, heaviness, weight, pressure, overwhelm, or responsibility, where you've learned things the hard way in the past. You learn things through suffering or strife or exhaustion or burnout or scarcity or lack. We can clearly see that go in the need to primarily learn lessons through those unsupportive ways to your human. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. You want to know that it's time, safe, and that you're able to expand your capacity to learn lessons in a variety of ways. You can choose to learn them with more love, and that you can also clear, release, and let go of any and all sticky negative energy, blocks, pieces and points that don't serve you that has like come to the surface, and that you can trust that your body and your energetic field brought them to the surface for a reason, that they're ready and safe to be cleared and let go of now, and that you don't need to like go through every single like needle in the haystack in order for those to be cleared out, that you can trust your higher power to safely release all of those through unconditional love, support, and healing energy. And if you would like that, you can say yes. Do you want to cut any and all cords, contracts, vows, commitments, bonds, oaths, blood oaths, or obligations that you need to learn things the hard way, or that in order to belong to your family, to whatever units you belong to right now or attached to right now, that you need to show a similar struggle, that you need to be in a similar pattern or similar productive as those other people. So if you'd like to know that, you can say yes. And there's two things consciously coming through this to like, so there's the energetic of crabs, and a lot of people have heard this, but we're just like reminding you if you've heard this before, that crabs, if you put them in a bucket, they will try to escape, but the ones that are trying to escape, the other crabs will like tear their legs off and like brutally like rip off their limbs and stuff to keep them here, to keep them safe, to keep them in the herd. So because humans are also part of like herd mentality and we have not evolved that much since caveman times, they still have that like, oh, I can't go too far ahead or below the herd, it's not safe. I'd become a target for other predators or prey or other tribes, other like humans, other competitive people. So I need to like stay as a part of this herd. I need to like stay close and not go a little bit too far, a little bit far behind. I can't do that. That's not safe. So sometimes people in our family will have those kind of sayings or thoughts or looks at what you're doing or what your goals are. Sometimes your friend group will. There was also the trajectory of if you're in a mastermind group and everyone's kind of like growing at a similar amount, then it's like, okay, well, then you still belong to the group as long as you're like growing at a similar amount. But if you like all of a sudden went viral or all of a sudden like sold out all of your spots, that would be different. And like there might be some jealousy, competition, you don't belong here anymore energy. So we're just going to like clear, release, and let go of all of those energetics that don't serve you through your higher power. We're also going to resolve all of this on a history level as well, allowing you to feel safe, grounded, and have deep belonging to yourself, to your soul's mission, and to your soul aligned humans, your soul aligned inner circle and outer circle as you continue to grow, evolve, and expand along your journey. And if you'd like, you can say yes. And you want to know what it looks like and feels like to recalibrate to your divine timing, to the most optimal, supportive, loving, and healthy timeline for your business. And that you know what it looks like and feels like to stay in congruence and integrity with yourself and your soul's mission above anyone else's judgments or their thoughts or what other people will say or think about you behind your back, kind of is the energy. So if you want to clearly let go of that, you can say yes. And then we can get our higher power to send that old energy out into the ethers. If that feels safe and good for you now, it can be transmuted into bright white light, into unconditional love, out into the universe. So it can be used as fertilizer, used as support for something else. And then we can fill up your entire body, your energetic body, and your full system with bright white light, unconditional love, and healing energy. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And take some really, really, really deep cleansing breaths here. And then you can simply tune back in that space and place in your body where this old energy used to live and notice how it's feeling now. And I'd love to hear how that's feeling. If you want to pop it in the chat, the comments. Just noticing how that's feeling. Sometimes people feel lighter and better. Sometimes people are like, oh my God, we just like cleared off one layer of the onion and now there's these like five others that I'm aware of. And now it's like more intense or sticky or hard or like there's things now where like feels a little bit better, but there's still this bigger part that's coming. Those can definitely come through. So I'd love to hear that's feeling. Mm. And yeah, if your kid's having a meltdown and it's hard to concentrate, sending so much love to you. And you can always come back to the replay, go deeper when you have more space. So if you have any parts that are like, oh, there's another layer or there's more, we can just like pause for now, tracking that it's there, knowing that you can come back to the replay and do another layer. And we can also go deeper on it during the Q&A section at the end if you have time and space for that. Yeah, pause feels good. Beautiful. So just breathe into that, knowing that you're grateful your body communicated this. And you'll come back to it when you have the space and the bandwidth. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely like more body things coming up for people. And I could literally spend the next 24 hours clearing up body stuff. And I love it. And it's so fun. And we'll just be like, pause for anything else. If people want that at the end for the Q&A, we can go deeper. And I'm also going to share a way that you can work with me longer in group program or even one. If you're like, we need more body clearings to happen, then we can like go deep there too. Okay, tuning back into the notes or where we're flying to next. I also want to support you in some mindset upgrades that selling is service. So you can like think of a time where you've invested in yourself and it had such huge changes and impacts in your life where you're just like, I'm so grateful. I had all these transformations and these breakthroughs, and I'm a different version of me today because I said yes to any level of an offering, whether it was a private package with someone or therapy or an event, like you invested in some way, shape, or form in yourself, and you had such a big impact in your life because you chose to invest in yourself with someone else with their like soul aligned offer. And even if it wasn't like super soul aligned of an offer, you were just like, I was, yes, I got a bunch of value from it, and now I'm a changed person from it. Like, think into some of those spaces. Because if that person didn't have that offer out to the world, didn't show up and shine their light, then those things wouldn't have happened for you. You wouldn't have had those breakthroughs and those ahas and those shifts and transformations. You wouldn't be this version of yourself. So, can you allow yourself to feel into how you can bring that energy into your offers? That you offering your packages, your programs, your workshops, whatever you're feeling called to share with the world, that by you sharing them, the people that you draw into them that are your soul line clients or your soul line audience for these offers, that they get to have those breakthroughs, those transformations. They get to like look back at that investment and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful I did that. I did this and this and this and this, and X and Y and Z are all shifted and changed. And I'm a different human because I made those investments in myself, because I showed up, because I like did that event, program, offering, package. Did you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to shift into this energetic around your offerings? That selling is of service, that you can co create these huge impacts and transformations in your soul line clients' lives, and that you know what it looks like and feels like to do that, to show up as that. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And for some conscious mindset pieces, if you'd like to like say affirmations to yourself, I love post-its. So I have post-its all up around me that I like am shifting into higher vibrations around and shifting and up leveling my mindset with. So you can shift to selling is service. My offers change my soul aligned clients' lives. My soul aligned clients receive huge transformations from my package, from my offer, from my event, from my workshop, from whatever you're doing. Fill in the blank the thing. So that can be a piece for homework, having that as a new mindset piece that you return to. Sometimes people like to journal about it and like write it a bunch of times, selling a service, selling a service, selling a service. And that was not my old story. Like selling a service became a mantra maybe like 2018, 2019. Sales a service, selling a service, where before it was different things. So if you have something else that comes after that, shifting it to selling a service could be supportive for you. Mm. Okay. So then some like conscious pieces around your offers. Because some people in my world have only had experience doing one-off sessions. So this is speaking more to people who are earlier on in their business, but we can also do a little bit of stuff for people who have done offers and packages before. So some beginning baby steps. If you're like, I would just like to get full-time in my business, I would like to like start having 5K months, that would be wonderful and amazing. It could be shifting from those one-off sessions that are $80, $100, $111 to packages and programs where people buy a number of sessions all at once. So you can have a 5 session package or a 10 session or 15 or 20 session package for a certain amount of money. And that can sometimes be the baby step number for people. If you've already done that and you've like sold $1,000 package, you could also enhance that package by adding in some in-between support. So sometimes people use WhatsApp or Voxer or email support in between, so you can get some extra access to your clients. Because sometimes when we like pick up that rug that we've been sweeping everything under throughout our whole lives, it can get pretty dirty taking the rug out and being like, wow, there's a bunch of stuff under here that needs cleaned. And I know me starting my journey, I would have paid so much money to have access to both my counselor and my private theta healer, to have any kind of access to them in between. Because I was just like, oh my God, this is my dark night of the soul. I was seeing like a counselor one week, my theta healer the next week, and like stacked it like that. And I was just like, I did my homework and now my life is falling apart, or like I did this and the people are not responding. How we made like three different scenarios of how I would be if they responded in these ways and they're not responding in those ways. I need more help. So sometimes it can be really loving and supportive for people to have some type of access to in between. And that is a higher ticket thing. So you get to feel into what that energy exchange is for you. And you can start to add in extra bonuses. So if you haven't done anything before, it could just be packages and some support in between. Awesome. That could be where you're at. You could also add in another feature of digital recording. So if you have recorded things in the past, if you want to start recording things that you know are really supportive for your clients, then you can start to increase this recording library, digital library of things that they can have access to. Sometimes people give it all at once to people. I used to do it all at once to people. And then sometimes my perfectionist, super straight A, overachiever, good girl parts that I used to be, I attracted previous versions of me as clients, would feel like they have to watch all of these hours of stuff. And now that I've been doing it for years and years and years, it would kind of be impossible to watch all of the recordings of all the things that I have in a like 6 month container or year long container, which are the typical ones that I sell. So I've shifted it more to I have years and years and years of digital content in library. These are the main programs that will be supportive for you during this time. And if we're in a session and like something else comes through, then I can pull something from the digital library to support you in that moment for your homework instead of giving people the overwhelm of all the things. Then if you want to like keep adding things, so this can be for the more advanced people who have maybe already sold 1 to 5K packages, you can also start to add in things like VIP retreat days for people, whether that's in person or online. You can add in deep dive calls. I love adding in like 2 hour deep dive calls to just like get to the root of something or like to plan something out and really get their like launch or program or thing just like done in a 2 hour stretch. You can add in all of these different parts. I've also added in my VIP clients can join an existing group program that I have. So they have a community of people that can join. So they get a hybrid of both group and VIP and they get the community with it. Like you can keep adding different things in your packages as you grow and evolve and expand and that feel good. I've also added in like really cool um like bonus gifts with people. Sometimes I've like gone to a sex shop and just like done a bunch of shopping for them because they're like, "Just to do that and I don't want my kids to see." So I've like gone off and like did a whole care package for them to like have as a VIP client. So you can keep adding different things into your packages and into your programs as you feel called to them. So that could be something that you're ramping up in. If you're newer on your journey, it could be like more fun things that it feels really awesome to add in if you've had some years of experience and you want to keep adding more and more fun things. I know there's other people who add in options of getting expert experience with other people in their world. So people in their network who, ones that's like coming to my mind are like voice coaching or like psychological body work or like social media support, like that they have experts in their world or people that they're friends with who have all these other really cool modalities that would be of support to that person where they're like, cool, I'll also add in a session of that, or they'll come to our VIP day to support you in those things. So there's so many ways that you can continue to like grow and expand your offers that feel in alignment with you, or that you can like co-create with your person one-on-one. And if you're newer on your journey, I definitely recommend having some of those offers structured in a way that makes sense to you and that it's easy for you to like be convicted about and have confidence in when you're selling them and start there and have maybe option 1, 2, and 3. And then when you're on your sales call with them, feel into what option's best for them. And if option 3 is the best for them, awesome. Say based off of everything that you've shared here, option 3 would be the best fit for you. Explain why, explain the programs, the logistics, and all the stuff. And then if they're like kind of shaky on it, or they're like, oh, well, I wouldn't really want this or this, then maybe option 1 would be best for them. And then explain option 1. There might be a season that having a specific structured package or program works really well for you. And I've had a lot of experience doing that where I started to co create with my clients. So for people who are doing like 10K, 20K, 30K packages with me, it's a lot more of a co-creation of these are the menu items, so to speak. Like if you went to a restaurant, you'd be like, okay, this is my appetizer, this is the drink I'm getting, this is my main course, this is my dessert. You can choose that. And I really love the energetic of that. And I'm a reflector in human design. So I'm really great at co-creating with people. So I've also started to add that in with more of my clients, and some of them also really like the co-creation, choose from this menu buffet of items where they get to choose how many calls they want in a month, or they get to choose if they want an in-person VIP versus a virtual, because that's a different price point if you're flying to them and renting out places and stuff like that. So you can also tailor it to them. So if you're newer on your journey, we're just seeding this. And if you're experienced on your journey, then you can have that. So do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to co-create these packages, offers, and programs in a way that feels exciting and that you're lit up about them so that it magnetizes in your soul line clients? And if you like that, you can say yes. And if you're in a space of your life where you're like, I don't know what my packages should be, I don't know what my program should be. Not that we need to have like should in there, but like if you have big question marks on it, then definitely stay at the end when I share some next steps with you, because I love helping people get really grounded and like locked in with their offers. And there's been so many times where people like join even a 6 week program with me and sell their first 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5K, 10K packages with me. So I'm quite good at helping them like lock in on what is an energetic match for you and your soul line person. And it does feel supportive, even if you're kind of like question mark on exactly what your offer is right now, to support you in like bringing in the energy of your soul line clients towards you so that you can at least get on a sales call with them, start having conversations with them, start nurturing them if they're in your audience or on your email list. So we'll do a quick little practice because it's coming through to do this one, where you can close your eyes, ground your feet on the floor, take some deep breaths. And allow your heart center to open, and envision that from your heart and soul, you're sending out your light, your bright white light into the world as a beacon. Sometimes people envision different columns of light. Sometimes people see kind of more like a lighthouse light. Whatever you feel aligned with, that you're shining your light in the world. And then as a result, there's all these little specks of light, stars, energetics of humans. You can see them in a variety of ways. A lot of people see them as like little stars or sparkly little energetics. And these are the humans that are your soul line clients. And you can envision them noticing the light that you're emanating from your heart. And starting to come towards it, getting closer and closer and closer to this light. Allowing them to enter your world, to become a soul aligned client with the most soul aligned package for them. That you're calling in all the humans that are an energetic match to work with you at this time, at this space and place in your life with these exact offerings. And then closer and closer. And this might feel like more like short, medium, long-term clients for you. It might feel like humans in this season or the next chapter of your life are coming towards you in different stages and phases, whatever it feels like, continue to allow the energetics of your soul line clients come towards you and enter your world. Do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through a higher power to speak to your soul line clients? Your messages, your marketing, on Facebook Lives, on recordings, on masterclasses, on all the ways that you're spreading and sharing your light in the world, on podcasts, on audio recordings, that you know what it looks like and feels like to speak to your soul aligned clients, serve and support them and add value to their lives. You know what it looks like and feels like to invite them into your world through your various offerings, through a sales page, a payment link, through a sales call. That you know what it looks like and feels like to hold the position of leadership during your funnel, during your sales process, to support them in landing into your world with love and grace and support and ease. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to hold your leadership as this version of you in your business? You can allow yourself to receive more clients, to work with more clients, to hold the energetics of more clients, to the energetics of having more cash flow into your business, that you know what that looks like and feels like, and that you can upgrade your identity to be the energetic match, be the grounded safe space for all of this energy to live, to flow, to be supported by, that you can expand your containers in ways that allow more clients to come in, more people to watch in your world, and that you also know what it looks like and feels like to expand and support any and all structures in your business for this as well. Like that, you can say yes. And then you can ground all of this into your body, into your heart center. Breathing in, knowing you can come back to this energy at any point in time, feeling into all the souls coming towards you and entering your world. And then you can open your eyes. So a conscious piece that came through as I was sharing that was the energetics of both divine masculine energy and our divine feminine energy. So if you envision like a riverbed where it's like there's banks on both sides, that's the earth, it's the structure, it's holding the river, it's flowing. And some people have like small little banks where if really much more water came through, so if there was like a dam at the top here, and you like allowed much more water to come through, it would like overflow the banks. So that wouldn't really be supportive because flooding the area isn't that great. So if we instead, in your mind's eye, envision that you've expanded the structures in your business. So it could be, and I've seen this happen time and time again, I've even had that happen where the structures of my business aren't fully automated or set up enough, where receiving more people all at once would be too much. So sometimes it's people are only doing sales calls and they haven't done a sales page yet, where people can't just like buy from a link and it can't be that easy, that they have to like literally talk to every human. And I can't do that. And it's just like, oh my God, that would be overwhelming. I burn myself out. I don't want to do that. I've burnt out in corporate before. I tend to have a lot of super high achiever or ex high achiever people who've burnt out in some way or shape or form before. And they're like, oh my God, I can't do that because that would be too hard. So having the structures in our business in place, like sales pages or people that we delegate to on our team or virtual assistant, or there's so many automations that you can make with tech nowadays. It's really amazing and ridiculous. So we're going to like energetically open your riverbed and open and expand those lovely divine masculine energy structures so we can receive more flow. You can receive more water and it feels good and it doesn't overflow and burn you out or like cause unhappy customers or people that you don't really want to fulfill because it's just like, oh, they got in, but I didn't love that. So, do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to expand the structures, the automations, the technology, the support, the back end processes of your business, your SOPs, standard operating procedures, in a way that allows you to hold more clients. So you can allow yourself to hold more income, more cash flow, more clients, more people in your audience. You know what it looks like and feels like to expand those divine masculine structures and spaces and places within yourself as well. So you can have more of what your heart's desiring and allow more of that divine feminine to flow through, and that you also know what it looks like and feels like to be more leaned back and in surrender and deeper trust in your business and in the souls that are entering your world as clients. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Okay. The other piece that was coming through to share around that is increasing your income producing activities can be great. So sometimes people are kind of taught or like see from coaches who are multiple chapters ahead of them on the journey that they're by the pool just relaxing and like selling by the side of the pool or traveling all the time, and they're just like manifesting all these things like, and you're newer on your business, like I was that. I was like in year one of my business and being like, can I just be a couch potato manifester? Would that work? Could that work? It's like, no, they've like built enough of a following and an audience and structures and programs in their business that they can be selling in their sleep and all the things being fine. And I've also seen people kind of being in an earlier stage comparing themselves to that and wondering what's wrong with them in that and not doing quite enough inspired action steps for income producing activities that could actually bring in the cash flow into your business. So, no judgment at all, but you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all stories, lenses, belief systems, habits, or programs that aren't serving you in your business right now, and allow yourself to have more space, bandwidth, energy, motivation, excitement, and like genuine inspired action steps to come through so that you can be in alignment with the income producing activities that will increase your cash flow. And if you would like that, you can say yes. Another conscious piece is that what gets measured gets improved. So right now, if you start tracking how many hours in your business you're working right now, then you can be like, oh, okay, I could increase that and you can notice if there's a shift. So sometimes people are doing like 10 hours in their business. And it's like, okay, what if we double that? What if you now work 20 hours in your business the next week for the next couple weeks and see how 20 hours in your business feels? Or if you've been doing 30, what if you do 35? Like just increasing a little bit and feeling into, okay, if we're just playing with this and everything's data and all of this is just simply information and we're neutral around it, does increasing the income producing activities actually increase the amount of income that's coming in? So we can kind of like track that over time to notice those things. Sometimes people are on the other side where they're already doing a ton of income producing activities and they're kind of just like head down work course workaholic mode on income producing activities, and they're doing like 80 hours in their business in a week. And sometimes it's like, okay, what if we like cut that down to 40 hours of income producing activities in a week, and the other 40 hours you're like resting and sleeping and hanging out with friends and family and enjoying your life? What if we play with that? Again, what gets measured gets improved. So if we notice, okay, if I do this, this is the result, then what if you do this? What's that result? What if you do this? What's this result? Being again playful with it, of finding what like your aligned inspired action is for these various parts of your life and your business. Because more often than not, when people have a fuller or an overflowing cup, coming to your business in that space can be easier to attract people in than being like a total workaholic mode who's just like so exhausted and so just like close to burnout and overwhelm, trying to get new clients in from that energy, being like, well, I put out so much content or so much reels and I'm like exhausted, but like this should get me clients, right? Like we're just going to notice what that is. So that can be a piece for homework if you feel aligned with it. And then the final piece that I wanted to share with people, because sometimes people ask me the question of like, well, how do I get clients? How does this work? Da da da. And want more like cash flow in their business sooner than later. So some like low-hanging fruit around that could be messaging previous clients, alumni clients, people that you've had on sales calls before, people that you've been kind of in procrastination mode and following up with them, but you know that you quote unquote should, and that if you like message them that they probably would be a client, like tuning into your heart and like feeling into what's my next best step for enrolling someone easily, for effectively and efficiently and quickly enrolling someone into my world. That can sometimes like pop up people's names or the energies of like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. I could like reach out to them and see how they're doing and talk to them and like have a relationship with them. And if it comes up, oh, they're struggling with this and da 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 and super stressed and the holidays are coming up and blah blah blah, you can offer them support. And if you support people with self-love and care, you could offer them support for that or create a workshop that they could go to for that or a masterclass that they could attend. Or you could like flat out talk to the people that you've had those type of interactions with where they know that you offer things, they know that you're a coach or healer practitioner in some way. You could ask them, hey, would it feel supportive for you to get on a call to see if we are the best fit for supporting you in this section of your journey or this chapter that you're on? So you can do that. There's other strategies that's like you can like message all the people who engage in your posts. I don't particularly do that, but I know that some people love, love, love that strategy and it works super well for them because those people are interacting and engaging with them. Um, yeah, you can also make posts where you like ask what challenges or what goals people in your world are working on. If you have a Facebook group about that, you can post in the Facebook group. You can post out to your audience at general. You can ask your email list, hey, what are some challenges that you're focusing on right now? Hey, what are some goals that you need some support with? And then provide valuable content for them with a call to action at the end to get on a sales calls with you, on a sale call with you, or to look at your sales page to be like, okay, here are the like natural next steps of that. And also grounding into when you're doing this, thinking about what your end goal and your end desire is and reverse engineering it. So if you're desiring more private clients in your world, feeling into, okay, what do I tend to work with people with? What tend to be the challenges or the areas that people want to work on? How can I reverse engineer it to a group program? And then they step up into your actual private one-on-one, or how can I reverse engineer it into a masterclass or a 3 or 5 day challenge? How can I reverse engineer my content and my offerings leading up to that so that as they go from your Facebook or Instagram or TikTok audience into the free thing, into your private, or into the free thing, into a slightly lower cost, like lower investment paid thing, and then into your one-on-one. So you can like feel into those natural next steps. And I want to share so many things. There's also so many things that I had in my notes that I desire to get more into. So maybe I'll do another masterclass in the future because there's just like so many things. And I can talk about this for hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and months on end, which I do because I have clients who are in my programs for weeks and months and now years on end. So I'm going to integrate the changes for now with all the things that you just received. So do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to integrate this with so much ease, with efficiency, with love, with self-care? And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And then we can integrate all of those changes. And I can offer you a general healing for any and all other areas of your body, life, and business that are ready to be healed right now. And fill you up with your higher powers, unconditional love, compassion, peace, and prosperity. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Taking some really, really deep, cleansing breaths. And I would love to hear how that's feeling for you. So you can share in the comments or the chat how your body's feeling, how that felt for you overall, how the masterclass resonated with you, how it landed for you. I love hearing all of that feedback. And for some people, they feel like lighter, or they felt like the energy moving, or they can like see more possibilities or opportunities now. So I love hearing whatever's coming through for you. Mm. And I also definitely recommend drinking so much water. Staying hydrated really allows the integration process to flow very smoothly. So you can definitely drink water. And if this feels complete for you, then I'm sending you so, so, so much love. Thank you for being here. Please feel free to share this with anyone in your world that desires some of this supportive energy. I love when people tag people or like send the link privately or share it with their page. You have full choice in how and where you desire to share it with the world. And for anyone who's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I desire support in the Q&A and or to know what some of the next steps are, you can stay on. And everyone else, sending you so much love, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mm. So, mm, like feeling into which to say first. Feel like the most easeful next step for anyone who's new to me and new in my world would be getting on a complimentary increase your cash flow now call. So I can pop that in the comments. I'll put it in the chat right now, and I'll put it in the comments when I'm done in here. So you can fill that out and share with me kind of like where you're at. And on the call, we can get to know even more deeply where you're at, where you're desiring to go, so I can support you and where some of those gaps are, or troubleshoot some problems, help you diagnose why you're not quite here yet, where your heart has been desiring you to be. And I'm really great at finding those like big domino pieces that if you like focus on this area, everything else is kind of like easier or unnecessary in your business. So we can get clear on what that big block or that big next step could be that would support you and having so much more ease in your business and getting to where you're desiring to go. And then we can co-create a personalized plan on how you can get there, whether that's with me or by yourself as you're like going through the journey, that we can support you in having a grounded action plan and getting to where you're desiring to go, because the world needs more people who are in their heart-centered, soul-aligned, like path with their gifts, with their messaging, with their mission. Like the world needs it. And my heart is always so, so happy getting on these calls. So I invite you to join that. And if you have been in my world and you're like, Laura, I know you, you know me, you kind of know where my business is at, you can like jump right to direct messaging me on Facebook or emailing me if you like to do the email thing. If you've been in my world before, if you're an alumni client, or if I've worked with you in any way, shape, or form, you can just like message me and we can get you more into like, here's some options. We can definitely do the call. But if you're like, I don't really feel I need to do a whole call, just like let me know what's going on. We can also jump you right into one of the programs, because I've had so many people over the years do increase your impact and income program, and it's evolved and shifted and changed in lovely, expansive ways. So now it's my awesome. Gotta go deal with the baby. Shouldn't use a show. Enjoy the baby. So yeah, it has shifted and evolved and changed over the years, going from the Increase Your Impact and Income course to, yeah, last year was kind of more like aligning and healing to high ticket success. And humans were like jumping into the 6 week version to increase your impact and income, or aligning and healing to high ticket success and selling their first $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 package. And I've had so many people over the years who've sold their first $7,000 package, sold a $10,000 package, sold even more. So I've shifted into just having that kind of one group program that kind of goes here and there in spots to, I have basically like a mastermind thing happening all the time. And then there's different pods that people are joining. So that beginner, I'm newer in my business, I'm not quite full time in it, or I am full time and it's not quite giving me the 5K months or below that I've been really desiring. The abundance pod is the best fit for that, where people get to join in for the desired amount of months. If you've worked with me before, you can kind of choose between 2 to 6 months. If you're brand new to my world, we're going to start you off at 2 months, whether you're an ideal fit for the abundance pod or the prosperity pod. I like that taste test energy of about 2 months to really ground in that, like, what I'm offering is exactly what you need. It's totally like meeting you where you're at, and it's like the perfect fit for your life and your business right now. And from there, we get to like continue to grow and evolve and expand from that. So I've had people join the abundance pod and then graduate into the pleasure, or sorry, the prosperity pod. I'm used to saying pleasure and prosperity for my Instagram and my podcast. Then we have the prosperity pod that you can either graduate into or jump right into if you're already at around 5-ish K months and you're desiring higher months up to 10K months or a little bit above 10K months. And that's kind of like the range that you're at. Then the prosperity pod is more the right fit for you. Again, people can join from 2 months if they're brand new to my world. 2 months is what you can join in at, or you can go all the way up to a year. I now have humans in it for a year, which is so exciting to be like, yes, we're going to continue to grow and evolve and expand together. And humans who've like already been in it for a year who are jumping into a whole other year. So I love that pod. It's like lighting my soul up that I get to support people at this phase of their business because I used to only do that privately. And then more of my like private VIP now is at the space of above 10K, designing like 20K months or more. And like that's the range that people are. And I've loved helping for years. Like my clients have their first 20K months and doing like multiple six figures and all that. So that's definitely much more of a like VIP range. So there's various options to enter in my world right now. So you get to choose what feels aligned for you, which is why I'm mostly inviting you to get on that complimentary increase your cash flow now call so we can discover exactly where you're at and what fit is best for you, what flavor would feel best for you. I've also done some like hybrids of group with one-on-one. So if you're wanting that community feel as you're also growing and getting that extra one-on-one attention with me, we can co-create that. Like I was mentioning earlier, I have shifted a lot more into like, here's all the different options on the menu, and we get to co-create that together on the sales call to be like, okay, this would be the best fit for you, and this is how that could be in your highest alignment. So those are the different options. If you've been in my world before and you're like, I already know that I want to do the abundance pod again, we can jump you right into the abundance pod. We wouldn't necessarily need to do a call. And if you've been in my world before, I would love to get on a complimentary call with you to like have the updates and see where you're at now and see if one of these is the best fit for you. So sending so much love to everyone who's stayed on. Thank you for shining your light in the world. Thank you for being a better and better and better version of you as you support others, as you shine your light, as you continue to upgrade yourself and your business. And then we can open it up for Q&A if anyone has any questions. And I'll also open up on Facebook to see if there was any comments there because I've just been focusing on Zoom and the chat in here. And there aren't any questions in the chat, but if you want to come on, you can also unmute. Alyssa,
Oh my
what's your
gosh,
question?
I didn't think I'd be able to talk anyway, but we're gonna be quiet so I don't wake my kid. He finally went to sleep. Okay? Can you hear me? You can hear me, okay?
I can hear you, but it's very light, so
Okay.
I'm also reading your lips.
Okay, let me get in my closet. Okay. If anyone's watching this, the proverbial mom on baby duty is hiding in my closet. I will be the inspiration to anyone who needs to see this.
Thank you for inspiring us. You get to be a mompreneur.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And you just don't know what you okay, so like okay, I'll just put this out there. Kids are the ultimate unpredictable factor. So like you never know how they're going to be able to impact your ability to work in your business
Right?
in any various season. And so that's just I don't know. I don't know if I would have listened if anyone had said that to me before I was a mom, but like I feel like that is useful to speak for.
Thank you for sharing.
Um,
Mm,
but yeah, bedtime was supposed to be with dad tonight and it was an epic disaster. And anyway,
mhm,
one of the things that I noticed when we were doing the clearings of like things didn't feel safe to release from my body when you were like, what's the color and the shape and the texture? And
mhm,
I could only get like one color and it was like mucky purple.
mhm,
And I just sort of like was with my body because I couldn't, it just like there was this part, probably like I have a lot of pre-verbal trauma
mhm,
um early on. And so I noticed that parts that can't speak because she didn't have language when
mhm.
some of her deepest traumas happened, um like like she doesn't feel safe like giving things over, releasing things. And so one of the things I've really started to do is just sort of drop into a compassionate witness and just like really hold my body and hold my energy with sort of extreme tenderness.
Yes.
And that sort of creates some breathing room
Mhm.
for those parts to not feel like they're getting kicked through the door. And I think that like it's so nice to be like, and quantum leap and like, you know, 10x your business and like do all these things. Like, oh, that actually triggers profound lack of safety and unsafety
Yeah.
in my psyche and in my body. And I just like it's like I have to not I'm like working. I'm like it's work in progress to figure out how to, because we can sometimes only expand as fast as our slowest parts want to go, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, those parts
Yes.
will like, burn it to the ground or, sabotage or it's so it's been really profound to just identify that this is happening. But it was really interesting to see that, in this workshop tonight as you were leading. So I just wanted to like put that out there. And
Mhm.
yes, I definitely do better following when you're like follow your soul's journey in your business, because on this like I've been a healer for 10 years and it looks like I have this like failure to launch syndrome in
Mhm.
like really never made any money that would be anything even close to like maybe hobby money on a good month, and even then not there. But my spiritual initiations have come through my personal life and a lot of really challenging things in my personal life that like needed to be attended to. I wasn't supposed to put those things on hold in order to try to create success in my business. Like, and I had a colleague say, well, you're a big visionary, big vision, big boot camp.
Mhm.
And it just like helped reframe this like, I don't know, feeling of feeling like a failure. Like
Mhm.
I'm a phenomenal healer and teacher and leader and priestess.
Mhm. Yes.
And sometimes I think I don't know, like I feel like, so I don't know if there's any way to like shorten that process, but I also feel like spiritually it was meant to be 10 years of like trying trials. Like I don't know. So any wisdom or like like those two pieces of like you can only go as fast as your slowest parts, but also like on the surface it looks like failure to launch syndrome, but it's not spiritually with you. Look at the fucking amount of initiations that I've been through. And I finally start feeling like I'm finally starting to get to a place where I know I'm supposed to put my work out there in the world for more people than just the people I randomly bump into, which is kind of how it's been. Okay,
Okay. So
I don't
much
know
stuff
what
is coming through. You,
you tag you're it.
yeah, cool. Um, and also for context for anyone listening, like we've already publicly shared in the past that like you've been a client, so like we
Yep,
know that
yep,
this in the past process has worked for you. So it's like this particular part needs a different tool. It's a different flavor. And if we were in a
Mm.
one-on-one session, then I would have paused and done something totally different. So just like giving permission to everyone listening that like even if an exact modality has worked with literally all other body things before, and this one is different, giving permission. Because, yeah, I was feeling it for you, which is why I was like starting to tailor it and do it a little bit off what I typically do, and why I was being like all similar frequency energies and stuff to be like, let's clear all the stuff around it. Because it's an aspect of your part, which is a different thing than just like, oh, it's a block in your system. So there's different tools for different things, just like for building a house. A hammer and nails is great, but you can't just build a house with hammer and nails. You're gonna have no windows in your house. Like that's not gonna be fun.
Right? You're not gonna have walls, you're not gonna have plaster, you're not gonna have plumbing.
So it's like, oh, okay. So first, just like honoring that different tools are needed for different scenarios, and that there was nothing ever like wrong or bad or broken or like fucked up in any and all spaces where in your life where like specific tools didn't work. So
Ooh, ooh,
you want to
ooh.
clear, release, and let go of any and all junk, negative energy, negative emotion around times in your life where you did feel like you had to be the visionary, be the seeker, be the person quantum leaps and jumps, and that that was the only option, and that you can clear, release, and let go of any trauma, so the trauma frozen energy shock from your system when you pushed through your body at the time, because that's what a mentor, a guru, a supporter, a book told you you quote unquote should be doing, that we can clear, release, and let go of all that.
Yes.
Do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to feel safe having a regulated nervous system as you heal, that you can feel safe moving with the slowest part of your body, your energetic field, that you can give permission to move that slow, and that you can have deeper acceptance of your own journey, of your own speed, without making that part bad or wrong or stupid or lazy or fill in the blank negative thing that you would have seen a teacher do as a child about why XYZ thing shouldn't be happening. Do you want to clear all that?
Yes. Ooh.
And I did a Facebook Live the other day around a very simplification way that we can look at human timelines of like, okay, maybe timeline A is the aligned one where it takes you 10 years. And then in year 11, you get this expansion and all the things and all the stuff's awesome. What if option B would have maybe looked to an outsider? Okay, you hit huge success in 5 years and then you contract super fucking hard. And then you're at year 11 and you're still not making six figures. And then okay, so let's say option A by year 11, you're making like 250K a year, and that's what you're doing. Maybe option B would have been doing something different that was super out of alignment, that maybe by year 5, you hit six figures, but then you contract really hard and you make a bunch of 0 year or like a couple thousands here and there and da da da, or maybe like have difficulty even getting back to six figures. And then by year 15, you finally get 150K. And then by year 20, you get 200K. So it's like option A that's aligned for you, that's your unique soul's path, actually gets you to the end goal sooner. So I have a whole live where I did like downloads on that and did way more comparison, but like that was the gist. And it's been coming
Fantastic.
through for so many of my clients and so many people that I'm talking to right now, because
Yeah.
it's towards the end of the year and there's sometimes disappointment of like disappointment of what this year is, and looking at
Yeah.
such a small amount of time instead of trusting that. And like this happens for a lot of humans. Tony Robbins even has a quote around it where it's like we underestimate
Right.
what we can do. We're not underestimating,
Yeah, you overestimate what you can do in a year, but underestimate what you
underestimate what
can
we
do in
can do in
10.
10 years. Thank you. Yes, you've heard that,
Yep.
you know that,
Yep.
we know that.
I do.
So having that trajectory path just be like a slightly different shift. Yeah, it's great to like look at my Excel sheets and be like, this is my ideal intention for the year, and this is my baseline. You can also have different tabs where it's like, this is the baseline that like pays my bills. This is the ideal living lifestyle. This would be like everything flows amazing and the universe provides. Like you can have different options of that where it's like somewhere in between this and being open to like this or something better universe. So
Yeah.
that is natural and normal to come up of like comparison, and you want to clear, release, and let go of the comparisons that you've had to others and the times in your life where you wish that you could have put like more gas on the fire, but you actually didn't have the bandwidth for it, and you didn't have the structures where you could have held the response of more gas on that fire, where it actually would have been more like a forest fire thing than a, oh, I was really warm that night thing. Like, so do you want to
Definitely, definitely.
let go of yeah, the like frequencies around that, the weird thought forms around that, the stories and the lenses around those that don't serve you. Do you want to clear those?
Yes.
Also, I feel like this is one of the first times that I've worked with expanding people's glass ceilings where I was like 1.5. Like, let's not even double it. Like, what's 1.5 or what's like 1% more or 3% more? Like, getting down into like what's feeling aligned and congruent for your human to actually hold right now. And like right now, when you're in the season of like children and family, and like that's number one priority, allowing your business to be the same while you're the mother, while you're a mother, fucking awesome. Like celebrating that, like, or your business being like 70% of what it was while you're in mat leave, like that's also fucking awesome. Like giving yourself more permission to align to what's actually in your highest and best good and actually you have bandwidth for, instead of what other people are doing or saying or what you saw someone do or not do on Instagram. Like clearing out some of those stories so you can stay in congruence with your unique path, regardless of what that could be seen as by others or judged as by others, like grounding into what's true and best for you and your family right now.
Yeah, this is bringing to mind a practice a colleague kind of like, invited me to play with, and she was like, it's different than like just a gratitude practice, and it's different. She was like, she has me say, and that's abundance. Like when something
Mhm.
good happens in my world, like and my mother-in-law cooked a really delicious dinner tonight, and that's abundance. Like ways of like catching the universe like providing for you.
Mm.
Like the night before Thanksgiving in the States, we had some valves failing on our furnace. And that finding it out the night before meant that we didn't have a flood the morning of Thanksgiving. And even though we like couldn't fix the problem, we had two valves fail. My engineer father came over. So that's abundance. We didn't have to hire a handyman on like an emergency overtime day of the year where nobody's actually available.
Mhm.
Because when you have flood in your house, like you don't have any other option. And so you
Right?
pay three times as much. So my
Yep.
engineer father, and even so he couldn't go to the stores to buy the parts because all the stores were closed, he was able to at least diagnose the problem. And then when he was fixing it the next day, realized that he even said that both valves failing was a blessing in disguise, because the first valve failing, the second valve was meant to be the fail safe to blow out all the pressure when the first valve failed. And if the second valve hadn't failed, that's what would have caused the flood in the basement. And he was like, it was so total
Mm.
blessing that both valves failed at the same, like, and it was just like, that's abundance. Like, and my mom showed up to provide childcare so that my engineering husband could help my engineer father so that I could have a 3-hour phone call with my sister. Like, that's
So good.
abundance. And
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
I think I can sometimes get into this scarcity mentality where like there's no money financially coming in through my labor in my business, and not count the ways that I'm in the abundance flow, or I am sourcing abundance for our family in ways that are other than cash flow. Because not having a $3,000 furnace blow bill on a major holiday is fucking abundance.
It
Like
really
that's cash
is.
flow that stayed in our pockets, not have
Yes.
to go outflow.
Mhm.
And
That's
the
huge.
other thing that's coming to me right now, and so maybe I just stay, maybe my right now practice is to continue to stay in this practice of noticing because money, as you say, is a vibration,
Mhm.
but abundance is a vibration. I am priming my own magnetism for continuing to receive. And I'm not making it just be about cash. I'm not being single minded about what that looks like. And maybe that is what creates the sense of nervous system safety, because I'm like looking at what I have around me, right? It's like
Yes.
I feel safe with my father engineer fixing my, you know, his furnace. Like,
Yeah.
so there's, I can signal safety with that and sort of use that as my practice ground to sort of acclimate my nervous system to feeling safe receiving, like him doing the work for us and not requiring compensation. That's also like that's a form of like somebody giving me money.
It's abundance. You're so right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that is somebody actually giving me money. And then realizing that this fall I like met my divinely ordained business partner. I haven't had a business partner in 10 years, never thought I would ever have one again. And she and I are working under the auspices of what wants to be created through us. We've had that theme since we like jumped in together in September. And she was the one who's like, she's like, I don't have any expectations here. How do you feel about doing like a 2-on-1 coaching container with a single client? And I was like, well, yes, I have no idea what this is going to look like, but my body says yes. So let's dreamscape and play. And we
Mhm.
figured out that we don't even have to figure out what that's going to look like. If somebody resonates, we'll just make it up with the client and
Yay,
co-create it
co-creation.
together. And
Hmm.
so that felt super great to not even need to create any structure around it. But she and I still keep feeling called to like create stuff together. And then all of a sudden, like this word fell out of my mouth of like, oh my God, the path of the warrior priestess, because she's a fellow priestess. And I was like, oh, we have a massive body of work that wants to come through the two of us. And we're kind of like the conduit
Yeah.
that this is, like we're saying yes to it coming through. That's abundance. Like the fact that I even have a business partner, that's mind blowing, actually. So, like, there's major quantum leaps that is happening here, like, major.
Check in with you about those parts and the downloads and those pieces before we get like too much onto all the things and all the stuff because we totally get like that.
We totally get like
So I wanted to like check in with you on those pieces, and I've like started to write down some stuff that I'm totally gonna WhatsApp you because all the people in the recordings don't need to see and hear this part, but I'm like other things are coming through, so we can like do that there. Does that feel complete for the parts that
totally,
had come up? Awesome. So we can
totally. Like,
also
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
awesome. So we can integrate that and support your body and integrating that with so much ease, filling you up with bright white light and unconditional love for your higher power. Would you like that?
Yes.
And you can take some deep, deep, deep cleansing breaths for that. How's your body feeling?
Like, I I literally can't believe I didn't see a business partner as abundance until right now. Like,
So much abundance.
that's like the ultimate, to have a creative team member that I don't have to pay on my team. I don't have to train.
That's
There's
amazing.
no money out to create this. It's just two people in tandem. And we function exactly similarly in how we receive downloads and how we like take inspired
Mhm.
action.
Amazing.
Like, it feels energetically, it feels like we're laying the groundwork.
Celebrating, celebrating, celebrating you. And
Yeah.
sending you lots and lots of love. And everyone else, lots and lots of love who listened to the end. And I'll totally send you
Yes,
some
thank you
WhatsApp
all.
posts with
Yeah.
like other things that are like, and this is abundance, and this is coming through.
My
Okay.
kid falling asleep so I can get on the Q&A.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. One-on-one time, and that's abundance. Awesome. Sending you so much love, sending everyone lots and lots of love, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.